with John Quinones, host of ABC's What Would You Do, the hidden camera show that's been spotlighting people's reactions to social experiments for nearly a decade. And John, I know out of hundreds of shows, there is one that really kind of affected you more than any other. Tell us about
it. Was
that.
It was about immigration in this country. I'm Mexican-American. I grew up in Texas. I've been here 7 generations. And I love it when people say, you're Mexican-American, when did you come here? We were always there. Someone came
You
and...
say, when did you come here?
Someone came and moved the border. We didn't cross the border crossed us.
Yeah.
You know? But, so I wanted to do this story about immigration because in Arizona, they had just passed a state law, SB 1070, which made it possible for police officers to question somebody's legal status simply by judging from the way they look or the accent in their voice. Critics say that's profiling, because they wouldn't stop someone like you, they would stop someone like me and question. So we did a scenario in that state with a security guard posing as someone who's trying to kick someone out of the country simply because they look illegal, whatever that means.
And what happened was unexpected.
Wow.
So nice, right?
Yeah, it was really touching.
What was your, were you surprised, first of all, that so many people in the restaurant expressed outrage at the way you were being treated and really kind of turned on that guy, and that woman was actually willing to break the law to help you?
Look, the truth of the matter is that immigration is a problem in this country. We can't just open our gates to everyone who wants to come in. And in that state, there was a real anti-immigrant sentiment around that time. But when they came face to face, when the people in this restaurant came face to face with what it would mean that maybe I would be separated from my daughter or my mother or my wife, and one of us would be sent back.
And treated so poorly, too. I mean,
then it resonated, and everyone in that restaurant came to our defense and kicked the security guy out of the restaurant. So it was very touching.
And what was the response when you aired this on television?
Well, of course, you know, the immigrant groups applauded that we finally shined a light on how this kind of profiling was going on. But there were other groups who criticized me for saying, oh, you're making white people out to be racist. Why is the security guard white? Why, when you do racist issues in New Jersey, it's always white people who are against the blacks? Why don't you do it in a place like Harlem? We'll bet, they said, the emails, that if you go to Harlem and have an all African-American audience, there'll be just as many racists.
And that's what you did in a recent episode. I know you turned the tables and you set up a scenario where a white person would become the target of discrimination. That hugger, Marcia Bonner, is here today. Hey, Marcia, nice to see you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What an incredibly beautiful thing you did. In the middle of a barbershop in Harlem, it was such a teachable moment, I think, for everybody there. What's your reaction? You were getting very emotional watching this.
Yeah, every time I watch it, I still get very emotional. It was just the way that I live, Katie, and the fact that I was able to touch the young lady's life who was in the video, the black female barber, just really touched me, and all the people around as well.
You know, you've become quite a celebrity, Missy, because not only in Harlem, but people around the globe have been reaching out to you because 32 million people watched this. It went viral, which is incredible. So what has the reaction been?
Okay, I'm going to pull myself together and respond to that. Actually, the reaction has been tremendous. I've received emails, Facebook, Twitter from all around the world, Singapore, Taipei, Budapest, Romania, I mean, Turkey. It's been just amazing.
And what are people saying?
That I'm an inspiration, that in some way I've motivated them to approach the situation differently if they should find themselves in that type of situation, that it's a pleasure to know that people like me exist.
Well, what a nice thing. Well, I agree. I agree. And, you know, again, the fact that 32 million people, I mean, it's crazy how many people have watched Marcia in action, basically.
Yeah.
And when all is said and done, what have you learned about humanity in the course of doing this?
I think I've learned that you can't judge someone by their appearance, and we do that all the time. But just when we think someone walks in the door and it's a big biker dude with a shaved head, he's going to be the racist. He's the teddy bear. And the little old lady with the pretty flower in her hair, she's the meanest person around. And it's also showed me that despite all the progress we've made with issues like race in this country, there's a lot of work to be done. We got to keep the conversation going, and it's not just about conversation, it's about who we surround ourselves with as human beings. And is it an integrated community that we live in? Do we invite people who are different from us into our homes, break bread with them? If we do that, it enriches us as a people and it enriches us as a country.
And it's not about just race, it's about religious
Yes.
preference or
Sexual
sexual
choices,
orientation and all these different things where we need to accept each other's differences.
Just-
Now, you have a show tonight. Tell us
Tonight,
about
it'll be
that.
on. We take the show on the road. We go to New Orleans. We go to Tennessee. We go to Louisiana, and we test our scenarios. We do this barbershop scenario in a white hair salon. What will happen then? So check it out. It's on tonight.
All right. Well, it's so great to see you. And thank you for doing the show, because I do think it opens up a lot of conversations about things people feel uncomfortable discussing. So thanks for that, John.
Absolutely.
And always great to see you.
Thank
And an
you,
all-new
Katie.
episode of What Would You Do airs tonight at 9 p.m. on ABC.